Attack on Titan fans, when the show ends, are gonna be like, I just know you guys are gonna be down bad because you've been watching this show for the last 10 years and it's finally coming to an end. And if it keeps that manga ending, you might be really down bad. Attack on Titan was really a show that was a surprise hit for me. I remember first hearing about it from Etika, rest in peace, that was like my favorite streamer. But I remember first hearing about it from him. I was like, you know what, I gotta go watch it. And my life really hasn't been the same since. I know I don't make a lot of Attack on Titan content on this channel, but it's a top 5 anime for me easily. Because I was already a fan from the start with just a regular basis of the regular Titans and like what we need to learn about them and the key in the basement. I had no idea there was going to be this many twists and so many crazy turns in the story that just made it way better than I thought it was going to be. This story truly is a masterpiece, and even if you don't like the manga ending, which I'm not going to detail because I don't want to spoil anybody, especially for the anime only fans, you can still read it from start to finish and say, this was an amazing story, definitely at least top 10. Wow! And also just make sure you guys drop a like, comment, and sub. I usually don't sound like this, but I'm actually pretty sick right now. But I wanted to make a video surrounding Attack on Titan because of the new trailer that just dropped around season 4. I think we're on part 2 now. And this show is finally coming to an end. I'm super excited. But for all the Attack on Titan fans scared to not know what they're going to be doing after Attack on Titan ends, I have a solution for you. At the beginning or middle of next year, we're going to have a show coming out called Kaiju No. 8. Now, this is an entirely new show, and it's a new Shonen Jump manga as well. So if you don't read Shonen Jump, or you don't keep up to date with the new stuff coming out, you have no idea what this manga is. But I would say this manga is the best anime for Attack on Titan fans to jump into. So let me hit you up with a story summary. We have a guy named Kafka Habino, and he's originally on a cleanup team that cleans up dead kaijus. So in this world, kaijus attack the land of Japan all the time. There's big kaijus, there's small kaijus. They don't know why they're coming or how many are gonna come or how often they will come. But there's a defense force that fight these kaijus, and Kafka is on the cleanup team. And Kafka actually knew one of the defense force captains when he was younger, and he actually promised her that he would be on the defense force, which never ended up happening because he just wasn't strong enough. So we see in the beginning of the story, he's not strong enough, he's on the cleanup team, and then suddenly a kaiju flies into this man's mouth.
Pause.
I know, pause. But he flies into that man's mouth, and suddenly Kafka is turned into a kaiju himself. Similar to Attack on Titan, how Eren can bind it to his hand and become a Titan, Kafka can become a kaiju, but it's more at will. He doesn't have to bite into himself or cut himself. So then when he discovers that he has these new powers, he decides to try out for the defense force again. And this time he actually does make it because he uses his power while trying to apply for the program. And he mostly tries to keep it a secret, but he couldn't keep it a secret from his boy Reno. Now, I love Reno. That's probably my favorite character in the story right now. The best way to describe this man would be Levi. He has that charm about him. He has the ability, the skill, the looks too. I'm not going to be surprised when all the girls are looking at this man like, oh, he's my new anime husband. The only thing is that the relationship like of Eren and Levi are different. It's kind of reversed. Reno looks up to Kafka, and Kafka's more like the mentor to Reno. But Reno keeps Kafka's secret, and it's kind of funny how we see the relationship develop. There's even one point when Reno is praying that Kafka comes out safe because he thinks that he might have died when he was fighting a kaiju. But eventually we see that he's not able to keep his secret for long because his secret gets out and he's revealed to be a kaiju, or at least transforming into a kaiju to the whole defense force. And they capture him and they sort of examine him and they decide that he's better used as a weapon rather than an enemy. And I'm not going to go any further with the story because That's only like probably the first 30 chapters, so it's really quick into the story, but I don't really want to spoil anything else for anybody who might want to read it instead of watching the anime. But another great thing about this story is the side characters. I already mentioned Reno, but the other side characters have crazy ambitions and great storylines as well. For example, Kikaru Shinomiya, who is a baddie in my opinion.
What do you mean by that?
Her dad and mom were both on the defense force. Her dad is like the strategic guy for the defense force. He heads it. He tells them what maneuvers to do, where to attack, stuff like that. Her mom was actually in the field, in the trenches, if you could say that, fighting the kaiju, and unfortunately she passed away. Now Kikaru, coming from the defense force background, obviously wants to be a part of the defense force herself, and she does make it, and she is extremely strong. I know it's often in anime or manga that we get a female character that are more like stereotypes than an actual character. They may show up their body more, they may be weaker, or they may need saving from another male character, but Kikaru is none of that. I would actually say that when the anime does come out, she's definitely going to be a role model for a lot of the women fans that watch the shows for sure. And that's one thing I love about this manga. It doesn't fall to the constant stereotypes or tropes used in manga to keep fans reading. There's no sus moments when like a character walks in and someone's in the shower. There's no like overly sexualized characters. It is just straight characterization, story arcs, and just things that are going to keep you reading naturally because it's a great story. And obviously there's a lot of similarities to Attack on Titan with the dystopian world, being able to change from a human to a monster, fighting on a defense force. There's a ton of similarities to Attack on Titan, which is why I'm recommending it to Attack on Titan fans. But at the same time, I would say don't go in expecting Attack on Titan because it is its own series. It's not defined by Attack on Titan. If anything, I would just say inspired by, but it's nothing like Attack on Titan. But I do say this series has potential to become one of the greatest anime out there, especially if it has great adaptation, because the story is already good, it's already interesting, and a lot of people love this story. Right now, all it needs is a casual fan base, because right now it still feels like we're in our own bubble, at least inside the Kaiju No. 8 fan base. But to Attack on Titan fans, I guess this is bittersweet to you because your show is coming to an end, but it's going to be an amazing ride to the end. And I guess now you could be more happy about what you're going to be doing after the show ends, knowing that Kaiju No. 8 is getting an anime, and it is similar to this anime that you're watching currently. But even though I hope that Kaiju No. 8 gets popular with the anime community, one thing that I cannot hope is that it gets a live action, which I made a video about right here, saying that Netflix needs to start listening to anime fans. If you want to watch it, just click right here. Make sure you drop a like, make sure you drop a comment, and make sure you drop a sub. Again, sorry for the voice, but I'm a little bit sick. And I'll catch you guys later. Deuces.